Welcome to the Leaf. It's me, Black and White. Today we're going to create our first Power BI report that we will go through along with the journey. Let's get into the first Power BI report you ever would like to create. Let's jump into the first screen, and today I'm going to show you how the first report you can start with a very basic Excel file. Go to the get data, click Excel. You can also click from here. Then today I have prepared a basic data set, which is a kind of a COVID matrix. So you can easily navigate to particular place and it will take you and trying to ask you few questions before it load into that. Let me also open the Excel file so that I can give you some explanation what happens when you try to import the data from Excel file. In this Excel file, yeah, I have a sheet called sheet 1 and I have also created this particular range as a table. As you see here in the name box, I have already created a table for a particular range. In case if I have not created the table for particular range, then system will consider the data according to that it is available in this particular Excel sheet. So now it identify the whole area as my data set, and in case if I wanted to add any data at the bottom, then automatically it will be included in my table range. As you see here, this is exactly the fields that we're going to import and try to see in our Power BI report. Let's get into that. In this case, I don't want to import the sheet. I'm going to import the table. When I click, it asks me the second option, whether I would like to load directly or I would like to transform the data. That means in case if you wanted to check that your field format, sometimes you wanted to convert the date format about the field might not be exactly the format how you wanted to. Let's try to have a look and try to always click transform if you're not 100% sure about the field formats that you will get it in the Power BI. When you click the transform data, you can see the fields exactly as you have in Excel. It creates a table as a data set. Then in the column, as you can see here, where it shows 1, 2, 3, that represents this particular field is a whole number format. At the same time, when it connected to the country, you can see it has been added as ABC. That means it's this particular field in the text format. And somehow automatically the Excel, based on the Excel file, Power BI deducts what kind of a format of these fields. As you can see, I have one challenge here, totally recovered. It seems I have few information as a number, few information as a text. That's why Power BI suggesting me automatically this field either it can be a text or number. That means it doesn't have a pure number. This is not right in my case because if I wanted to calculate the total recovered, I need to have everything in number. So let's try to go and have a look what went wrong here. Let me go to the sheet total recovered. You can see exactly the same format immediately after looking at it. As you can see, these numbers are considered as number format and somehow this number is being considered as a text. In this case, it's happening because according to the EU format, the comma and the period makes a difference. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to replace all the comma. Then I'm going to save the Excel file. I'm coming back to the table. Then I'm refreshing. As you see, after I have refreshed, immediately all my number which is actually it's in the same format, but still it shows ABC 123. In this case, I can click here and I can convert this format into 123. Let's try to get the next one, ABC 123. In this case, when I'm trying to convert, as you can see, it is not allowing me. The reason because I have not corrected the format in the Excel file. I'm only trying to convert, and then the system could not trigger out or properly convert the value that available in this field. This is very essential as a basic knowledge before we get any data that into Power BI, so that the field formatting will help you to calculate according to what you're going to get as a result in the visuals. What I did now, I just went to the Excel file and corrected in the same way. Then when I come back and refresh, as you can see, my format again changed. The error is gone. So even though if you have made some wrong conversion, you can go back and correct the data in the Excel. As you can see now, I have corrected all the cases and then replaced the comma. Then I can easily realize here the format is changed. Let's try to convert the format manually. As you see now, it's accepting this particular field format as number. Okay, in case if we wanted to add some formula, we can add, but we are going to see the tags into separate session. The purpose of this video is to ensure you have an idea about how the data can import it, and then to prepare your first Power BI report. After you have checked, let's make the table name. Since it is the Kuwait data that I took from online source, I'm just changing the name, and I go and close and apply. That's it. Now, exactly according to what are the actions I have done, that has been applied, and then it is showing me the data as a table in the field section. And if you did not watch my navigation video, please go and have a look at the navigation video, so that you will have an idea what is fields, visualizations, and these sections, and also the different navigations that are in the screen. You have two options. When I click here, you can see the visual is a table visual. We can see all the visuals step by step, but at present, in order to get you are exactly the Excel view, let's click the table and try to get all the fields into the table. You can simply click it and then drag it to the field. You can also search the field. Let's say when I'm searching new, if the field name exactly match with this, then it shows all. So what I can do, I can also simply click and then drag it easily. And then you have to look here how the data is. The data has been automatically calculated because I have not entered any text format or the text value. It's all number, so automatically it is summarized. If you do not want to summarize, what you need to do, click a particular field and then with a small down arrow, click do not summarize. When you click do not summarize, then it will not sum up the value. It will exactly show you the value as it is. This is very important. Sometimes you do not want to summarize, sometimes you want to summarize. You decide at what situation and what you want to do it. Then I'm just adding a country. Once if I add a country, and immediately you can see that the Power BI now put me a basic table, and then this particular table help me to understand exactly on different country what are the active cases at present, what are the new cases, and what are the deaths. This is very much about the basic table. So the main purpose of this Power BI is you can have a lot of visuals, lot of filters easily, and then it can be sliced down whatever the way you want. Mainly, I'm going to show you in this first video only about the filter. The filter visual is important, whereas let's go and click here, which is the slicer. When you add the slicer, which act as a filter for your field, then here I'm going to add a country. So when I add here a country, you can see all the country here created as a checkbox. If I'm clicking a specific country, then you can see here the table which is exactly filtered according to my selection that I have done from the filter. You have several visuals, but just to create a very simple dashboard, let's try to see how we can summarize this. I just need to know totally how many active cases in this, so I cannot count everything step by step. So what I'm doing, I want to take something as a card. The card is nothing about, it will simply show either you wanted to show a particular value or sum or count, whatever. Let's take a field here. I wanted to see how many, let's take active cases. So what it says at present, all over, there are 18 million active cases that are available all over the world. And let's try to see. I wanted to know how many active cases that are available. Australia, Belgium, and Bhutan. When I filter these three, as you see here, automatically it sum up these three countries and I get 124,000 with these countries, and you can sum up these three, it will be exactly the same. Let's try to get the final one. Now we are talking about this COVID data, which is essential to see the global view all over the world. In that perspective, I have a visual called map. So when you click a map, you have a two option. As you can see, this is a field map, this is a basic standard map which shows you a bubble. Let's come back to all later, but now in this case, as I have a country, I can choose the country and put it into the location. So immediately Power BI identify based on the country name, it activate the different areas all over the world. Then the size, again I wanted to know the active cases. So what I do, I have drag and drop the active cases, and if you wanted to know the active cases, just the count, then you can use count, but in this case we need a sum, so I'm just choosing sum. Let's go and filter once again. The another important or the beauty thing is you can easily go to any countries and see when you move your mouse over there, it shows 5,116, in this case Afghanistan. So this is very much about you will be able to see the whole cases all over the world lively. And then I have added couple of the cards exactly as we have done for active cases. Let's quickly have a look. How can you change the colors and the background fonts and etc. Each card, when you click, you have a section visual. Then you can see instead of this fields fee, the field section, you have the second section, which is the format section, where you can always choose about the background. In this case, I've choose red, and then you can go to the data label, what color you wanted for this particular text, and at the same time, you can also choose the font size and other stuffs here. And in case if you wanted to see the category example, in this case active cases, then you can choose the color for the category as well. When it comes to the table, in the same way, you can go and choose the column header. Then you can decide what color you wanted to have in the column header and what font for this. Then if you wanted to have for the values, still you can choose what kind of a color you want to have it. The style basically give you an idea how you wanted to have this table. If you want to have only bold header, then you can see the setup is basically changed in this section. You can always use Ctrl Z to come back in case if you make one step changes. And this is exactly pretty much I wanted to show you in this video, which is a basic video, a very fast video, but you have prepared a dashboard about the COVID metrics. Let's develop more and more, learn more and more together. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy my video. Please give a thumbs up in case if you like my